that helps you fulfill vision. We call them helpers of destiny. Number one, let's begin with midwives. Midwives are a group of people that helps you to birth the vision. If you study Luke chapter 1, when the angel spoke to Mary, she went to the hill country of Judea to find a woman called Elizabeth, and she stayed with her for months. She prepared her to bring that child out. In fact, from the first salutation that Elizabeth gave Mary, the baby in her womb leaped for joy. There are some persons today that are disfigured, not because they were born so, but the midwives that brought them out dislocated their shoulders, dislocated their ankles, and all their lives they were handicapped because they met the wrong midwives. This is why if God gives you a vision, one prayer you should pray is to help you find people who will steward it. Midwives are experts of discerning the brightness of your vision when it's in its crude state. Those days, if you gave us microphone, all kinds of garbage is what you see. But there were people who saw us and said, no, under this arrogance there's fire, under this impatience there is wisdom. And so they managed us. Meanwhile, their platforms were not big, so our errors were not so consequential because much people didn't even know them. But God used that season to teach us so many things that became the platform for our vision. Identify midwives. They are the first people to encounter your vision when it's in its crude state, when nobody is celebrating it. There'll be one pastor, there'll be one man somewhere that said, but this guy is zealous. This zeal can be something, and it begins to manage you, train you until you become aware of your vision. They are called midwives. Then when you migrate from midwives, you now find burden bearers. These ones are the ones who help you carry the weight of your vision. They may render service, they may pray, they may render loyalty. That's all they have to offer. They don't know so much, but anytime you need them, they are available. They are burden bearers. They are the ones that do the dirty work of the vision. And dirty is not corrupt, it's the things that are not celebrated. Do you know that as we are here, there's somebody washing the toilet, so that when you go to ease yourself, you are not irritated? Not everybody will be there. There are people who fight to be here. There are others who say, well, I may not be able to do much, but when people want to ease themselves, they'll do it well. They are called burden bearers. You will never see them. And if I would categorize them quickly, number one, burden bearers are those who carry the weight of responsibility that does not attract glory. You know, at the end of that battle, people spoke about Moses and they spoke about Joshua. Joshua was fighting like a military general. Moses was doing the mysteries on the mountain, but there were people who held his hand so that those hands don't go down. They are called burden bearers. They are also gifted men who bring expertise. What we are doing here is being streamed online. That's why people who will hear the message will be in their thousands. It's expertise. I don't know how to go live. They are burden bearers. They either carry weights that are not celebrated, or they bring expertise that are rare, but the vision depends on it, or they provide finances. The finances that run the ministry. Financial responsibility is a burden. So this is where you find the gifted men, this is where you find the intercessors, and this is where you find the financiers. How many partners have you seen here waving, I gave 10 million? They just sit behind. But the reason the apostolic invasion held was because they gave. They are burden bearers. So they could be intercessors, they could be experts, they could be financiers. Nobody celebrates them, but they carry a lot of burdens to make the thing work. Number three, they are those we call divine connectors. They are the ones that move you from one level of your vision to another. Again, these people may not have credibility as much to stand shoulder to shoulder with you on your platform, but they know somebody. They may not give you money, but they know somebody. If they were to recommend you, your life will change. Think of the servant girl in 2 Kings 5 verse 2 to 3 that recommended Elisha to the king of Syria, the general of Syria. She was a servant, but she was the one that brought healing to that general, because if she didn't tell the general that there's a prophet called Elisha, he would never have been healed. Do you think that general will be going for a conference and carry that girl? No. This is why you must be careful. The people around you, sometimes the people you perceive as important may not be as important. That house girl in your house that you give your children a soap you bought from England, meanwhile they are bathing with bar soap, they may be the people carrying your tomorrow on their lips. May God help you for them to say, I won't help. You need them. They connect you. They link you up to people that matter, even though they themselves are not powerful. You remember the butler in Genesis 41 verse 9 to 14? Joseph would have rot in jail unless, as he told the king, there's a dream interpreter in the prison. So the reason Joseph became senator was because of him. Guess what I noticed in that scripture? I never saw anywhere that Joseph helped him. So he left and forgot Joseph. When he remembered Joseph, Joseph also went and forgot him. So the assignment is connection. When it is done, it's over. You need midwives, you need burden bearers, you need connectors. And it doesn't stop there. You also need gatekeepers. You know who gatekeepers are? Are the people that the connectors lead you to. So they are the ones who have the power to change your story, but they are there until you are connected. If you don't have these people, you may struggle, or your manifestation may be delayed. When you read the Bible, you will find some of them. Pharaoh was a gatekeeper. All all the fulfillment of prophecy on Joseph's life depended on Pharaoh. All those 11 stars he saw, the sun, the moon bowing to him. If Pharaoh is not there, they won't happen. So the prophecy was in the hand of Pharaoh. He's a gatekeeper. Every destiny will require people at certain levels that when the connectors bring you to knock, they will open the door and say, come in. They are the ones that give you a seat on the table. They are gatekeepers. You need them. This is how God planned our lives, so that we will have humility. Do you now see that no matter the height where you are, you can't brag? Because that height, somebody linked you and somebody gave you a seat there. So no matter how powerful you are, there was once upon a time when you stood until they said sit down. Gatekeepers. God brings them. Nehemiah had Artaxerxes who gave him resources to build the walls of Jerusalem. Esther had Ahasuerus who made her queen. The virginity would have been useless. The favor would have been useless, except as there was an Ahasuerus that says from today your status is a queen. So you need them, from midwives to burden bearers to connectors to gatekeepers. And that's not all. You now need destiny challengers. These ones, we call them catalysts. They are the ones who provoke you to shine in your manifestation, because there is a tendency of relaxing when you have been given a seat. So there are certain men, either by inspiring you or by opposing you, they push you to your best. So there are certain oppositions that is a blessing. There are some people that the day you came, they mocked you. How did this one get here? They looked at you and said you will never succeed, and something rose inside you. You say I won't succeed, my God will prove you wrong. And because of that, you became deliberate about your destiny. And there are certain other people who are not opposing you, but when you came into the room, you thought you were a star. Then you now heard their story. You came, you have won 5,000 souls in 1 year. The last crusade you went, 2 blind eyes opened. They now brought you among the healing evangelists. So the first meeting they called, the person taking announcement, they now said, well, he won 6 million souls in the last 1 year. So you now begin to check 6 million and 5,000. You discover you are a dot in the ocean. And they now said the last crusade he went, when he entered the stadium, 7 cripples stood up before he started preaching. You and your 2 blind eyes, you will put it in the pocket and say, Lord, show me your power. Where is the secret of the miraculous? So they inspire you for more. This is why you need mentors. Anybody who has arrived will vanish like a shooting star. What keeps that fuel brighter and brighter, burning higher and higher, are destiny challengers or destiny catalysts. And then finally, you have those we call prophetic covering. When you rise, you will know that you need men. David had Samuel. When Saul wanted to kill him, there was a time when he ran to Naioth in Ramah. When Saul pursued him there, the Bible said he tore his garment and prophesied naked from night till morning. They are covering. Paul said, when I leave you, he said, grievous wolves will come to make disciples after themselves. This is why Hebrews 13:17 says, obey them that have rule over you. He said, for they watch over your soul. He said, when they give account for you, let them do it with joy, for it is profitable unto you. There are men who gives account for men. You will be greatly mistaken to say we are all equal. In salvation we are equal, but in kingdom we are separated to cadres. Do you know why many never fulfill purpose? Either through foolishness or through arrogance. If you allow any of them, it will rob you of destiny. I'm not saying pursue everybody and surrender your life to them. No, only Jesus will be Lord. But you know what? Jesus sent Paul to Ananias. He said, go into the city, you shall be told what to do. In your prayer, trust God to lead you to somebody who will mentor you, who will teach you, who will guide you. Some of them will remain permanent in your life. They are pillars. Others will be transient. They will be relevant for certain seasons. You need both of them. When the season is over, you will know, you will move.